My name is Dean Kopri. I live in a small town called Našice in Croatia. I work in a music school. I mainly work with kids, but my true passion lies in composing music for different instruments, and that's where my first Tomb Raider themes kicked in when I was a teenager, I think. Well, when I was 10 or 11 years old, I saw a Tomb Raider game for the first time, and I fell in love with the game, with the character of Lara Croft, and of course with the music. And I remember having those cheap keyboards that I used to play and record my Tomb Raider inspired track on it. And I had to leave it on for like a week, because as soon as I would unplug them, the whole track will be deleted. So I would just constantly play. And I think that my parents, sister, and my neighbors loved those hundreds of Tomb Raider variations that they had to listen all the time. A few months ago, I received a message from Ash asking me if I want to make sort of medley track for Dark Angel Symphony. And I was like, yeah, sure, but why? How? Why me? And I still didn't get those answers, but I guess that someone recognizes me as a true Tomb Raider fan that loves to compose Tomb Raider inspired music. And here I am! My connection to Tomb Raider lies totally in music, because it's mainly things that I do, and I was one of the, maybe the only fan that on Tomb Raider Chronicles webpage I was featured as a young musician that works on Tomb Raider tracks. And also I worked with Nico Bass on his Tomb Raider 2 remake, and that's one thing that I really am proud of. And it's really amazing to be doing that stuff of work when this is as closest as you get to Tomb Raider.
So let's start with a 1 minute mark where the real Tomb Raider theme kicks in. I'd like you to sing it really operatic style with lots of sound and everything, so I can blend it with the rest of the instruments. Okay. Give it a go.
So when I started working on my music track for the album, I wanted to make something a bit more, not fresh in terms of I want to bring something new, but the Tomb Raider Last Revelation Chronicles and Angel of Darkness, they are really dark games with dark theme going around it. But I wanted to have some light moments in my tracks. So I took the Tomb Raider main theme, and I also took some motifs from Last Revelation Chronicles and Angel of Darkness, and then I sort of blended them in, but keep in mind that I wanted to sound like adventure-y and like a promise that even after Angel of Darkness, the saga of Tomb Raider will still continue. So I had the idea of light and dark in my mind while I was working on it, and after some brainstorming and everything, I came up with the title Beyond the Darkness. I think it suits the track really well. I'm really proud because I had a little time to work on it, I must say, but it was the most amazing experience I had, because finally my Tomb Raider track had a real purpose. And I asked my friend Tin Reba from Croatia, and he's a violin player, and the girl from my friend Elmas Mehmet from Romania to do the vocals. So they also blended in this track, and it sounds even more amazing. So I'm really hyped for this.